nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler while boys' laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, every burn, fortune's laid. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Speeding loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back in as race number 2 is about to get underway. These drivers getting ready to go to battle as the DIRTcar 358 Modifieds here at the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte, ready to roll here this afternoon. Practice coming to a close here in just a few seconds, meaning drivers are going to hop out onto the racetrack here for their qualifying session, and then we'll hop right into the heat races, consolation races, and our main feature event here as we got about 30 drivers signed in and are ready to roll here this afternoon. 16 positions are up for grabs here this evening for our main feature event. So unfortunately, about half the field is going to be loading up their rides and joining the fans in the stands here for this afternoon's feature event, as there is the checkered flag closing out the practice session here this evening. So practice coming to a close. That means qualifying is about ready to rock and roll. As my boy Dean Reynolds, Dean coming in showing the love. What's good, Dean? Dean coming in says, let's go, Dean. Dean coming in dropping that thumbs up on the broadcast, as well as Ty Dickinson and Mama Bear Susie Dickinson with the heart reaction here in this one. Ty Sweet Tea himself says he's hoping he removed the magnet from his car. Fingers crossed for a better race here in this one in the 358 Modifieds compared to the run that he had in the mini stocks earlier this evening. He says Dean Reynolds said he was gonna let me win. I can believe it. Ty, paying off the officials. I understand, sometimes that's what you gotta do, give you that luck of the draw, maybe pay off the officials a little bit to put you towards the front of the field. Is Tim Taylor, my boy Tim the Toolman Taylor, coming in as well, says I haven't driven these things in a long time. Well, Timmy, you've been missing out, brother. You've been missing out on the amazing racing. You've been missing out on all the fun here in this one. As Mama Bear says, come on, Ty. Cheering on Mr. Sweet Tea himself here this evening. Hopefully Brycey Bear is feeling better. I know Bryce was had the flu there last night, so hopefully he's a little better and not sick anymore, and Hopefully he's doing good as Mama Bear says hello to Tasha. Tasha coming in as well, tuning in, showing the love here in this one. Mama Bear cheering on Mr. Jim Revis as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let us know right now in the comment section who you're cheering for and who you want to see up in victory lane here this evening, as we got about 30 drivers ready to go to battle here this afternoon. A lot of great racing action to close out the evening, as right now Calvin Crowley with the quick time here in qualifying. Jordan LaFawn gonna jump up into position number 2 as the house says speed. Papa Mike Promotions number 141 ride currently second quickest, but he's gonna get knocked out of position number 2 as James Murphy jumps up into position number 2. We'll see if LaFawn got a little quicker there. Doesn't look like he's found that speed to jump back up into that second spot as Murphy rolling his second lap here. Does not get any quicker, so he will stay in position number 2. Anthony Rosilli in the Van Sickle Electric number 7 ride out there on the racetrack, currently 12th fastest there on the speedway. Thomas Levister currently in 7th. We see Braden Tuttle jumping out onto the racetrack. Michael Farmer as well jumping out there. Sean Grimes out there on the speedway. Grimes in that 74, the EMS machine, looking for a big run here in this one as Grimes out there on the speed. We'll see where he can slot. He only jumps up to about the 24th position there on lap number 1. So we'll have to wait and see if Grimes can find a little extra speed as James Miller, Jonathan Borgon, unfortunately not getting their qualifying laps in as of yet, as qualifying has come to a close. So Grimes going to be slotted in the 24th position. Sweet Tea not with a great run there in that one, as Ty says, I'm cheering for my hero, Dean Reynolds. Who isn't cheering for Dean Reynolds? And who isn't, who isn't hero? You know, everyone's hero is Dean Reynolds, right? It's not just your hero. Everyone's hero is Dean Reynolds. Come on now. Mama Bear says, come on. Matt Taylor cheering on Matty out there as well, as Dean says, let's go. Ty, laugh out loud. Let's go, baby. It's Jordan LaFawn. Mr. LaFawn coming in with the like on the stream, says, I think we got the settings figured out on this new wheel. Let's go, Jordan. That's what's up right there, brother. Hopefully got them settings perfect. Hopefully you're ready to rock and roll. Hopefully we see that number 141 right up towards the front of the field, as we're going to get ready here for heat racing number 1, starting on the pole in the LNW Supply, the ABC Supply Company ride. That is the 21 of Calvin Crowley. Quickest in qualifying will start here in the pole position for heat race number 1. To his outside in the NLR Papa Mike Promotions House of Speed number 141, that is Jordan LaFawn. Starting in position number 3 in the 75, that is Dominic Burr-Hewitt. To his outside in the Papa Mike Promotions Dirt Warrior Racing, the DWR iRacing iFlag ride is the Sweet D Gang PeaceMaker Gaming Machine. That is the 57 of Jim Revis. Starting in position number 5 on the speedway in the 7 ride, that is the Van Sickle Electric Machine. That is the 7 of Anthony Rosilli. To his outside in the 23, that's Jared Murphy. Starting in position number 7 in the 43 ride, that is Joshua McKinney. To his outside is the 94 of Aaron Ragu. And then we see the number 98 of Michael Farmer in the Papa Mike Promotion Sweet Tea Gang PeaceMaker Racing Team number 67. It's Ty Dickinson bringing up the rear of the field, as we are quickly green flag racing here from the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte, as Calvin Crowley quickly sends that 21 in deep into quarter number 1, looking for a great run down and out of quarter number 2, and he'll get that drive that he was looking for. Opens up a couple car length lead now between himself and Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn trying to hang on to position number 2 as the Heartland Harley Davidson ride there in that second spot. He's got Jim Revis working his back bumper. Here comes Anthony Rosilli in the 75 of Dominic Burr-Hewitt, trying to work themselves up inside of a transfer spot. Once again, only the top 2 drivers, 2 contenders here through these heat races will punch their ticket into the A main feature event. Everybody else will go to our consolation races here this afternoon, and right now it's a battle at the front of the field. Here comes Jordan LaFawn, Mr. Laboon down low, looking for a good run here through quarter 1 and 2, as he's going to take it to the top shelf, looking for a run maybe down low on this 21 machine, as Calvin Crowley able to keep that race lead. Lafon there in second. Jim is back there in position number 3. He's on the outside of a transfer spot looking in as Dominic Berhewitt goes for the slide jump there over the 23 right of Jared Murphy. Murphy will take us 3 wide down into corner number 3 here at Charlotte. Slides up over the nose of the 75. Crossover there for Dominic Berhewitt. Is Berhewitt going to look for another slide jump here in 1 and 2? No, doesn't pull the trigger, but hits that throttle, gets a great run out at quarter number 2, and will keep that 4th position. Murphy still working to his outside. His look at Ty Dickinson working himself up and through the field. Sweet Tea now into position number 7, and he's looking to keep on driving towards the front of the field. So Sweet Tea coming from 10th now to 7th and looking underneath that 7 ride of Anthony Rosilli for that 6th position on the racetrack. The white flag has been displayed, and we see Jordan Lafon able to jump out in front of Calvin Crowley. So Jordan Lafon down the back straightaway for the final time here in heat race number 1. Lafon down across the line will pick up the first heat race win of the afternoon. Calvin Crowley will come home in that second and final transfer spot, meaning Revis, Jared Murphy, Berhewitt, Roselli, Dickinson, Rangu, Farmer, and McKinney will all go to our consolation races here this afternoon, as only top 2 will work their way into the show. And here you go, as heat race number 2 going to get loaded into the sim. Each and every single one of them looking for the win. They'll be drawn down to the green flag by the 65 ride, as the My Heroes Have Autism, the beautiful lap wraps ride of James Murphy will start here in the top spot. To his outside in the FTM Super Dirt Car Series, the Dirt Vision Machine, the 79 ride, that is Dean Reynolds there in position number 2. Starting in the 3rd spot in the Carolina Precision Sim Engineering number 22, that is Thomas Levister. To his outside in the PeaceMaker Racing Team, 618 Engraving and Designs, Majula C Speed Shop, 656 Graphics, the Sweet Tea Gang ride of Matt Taylor there in 4th. Starting in position number 5 in the 1 ride, that is Troy Pittman in the Pillsbury Machine. To his outside in the iRacing number 99 is the TNT Racing Machine of Tim Taylor. Starting in position number 7 in the 17 is the Buck Kicker Mazda Racing ride of Bryson Waite. To his outside in the American flag number 84, that is Braden Tunnel. Bringing up the rear of the field in the 14 in the Gas Bashers number 14 ride, that is Caden Pickard. As we got 9 more drivers ready to rock and roll here for heat race number 2. James Murphy, Dean Reynolds, 1 and 2 on the speedway, getting ready to go back to battle here as heat race number 2 is about to get underway here from the dirt track at Charlotte. A great start right there for James Murphy. Murphy quickly into the lap pedal, slides up the racetrack, clearing the nose of Dean Reynolds. So the Super Dirt Car rider Dean Reynolds back into position number 4 as he gets bounced around and he slides back into that 4th position as Thomas Levister gonna make the move to get around him and take that 2nd transfer spot away from the 79. Here comes Troy Pittman, the Pillsbury ride, down low, trying to slide up into position number 2. Unfortunately not finding the gap, and he's gonna get pinched down on the bottom side of the racetrack as here comes Dean Reynolds storming back here into this one. Reynolds trying to chase down that 22 ride, knowing that that is the 2nd and final transfer position here in this heat race, knowing that he needs to get that Super Dirt Car Dirt Vision FTM machine up 1 more spot to punch his ticket straight on through to our A main feature event. Troy Pittman gonna slide off the racetrack. Is there 3 wide, a little contact back there. Braden Tunnel getting loose, getting down into the 14 of Caden Pickard. Pickard, it will keep that car pointing the right direction. Braden Tunnel slides all the way back to the rear of the field as James Murphy, the Superman ride, out in front, continuing to lead the way. Thomas Levister trying to hang on to position number 2 as here comes a big run from Dean Reynolds. Reynolds sends it in deep down low into corner number 3. Gets a great run as he tries to work himself back into position number 2, trying to figure out a way to get around the 22 ride of Thomas Levister out there on the speedway. Tim Taylor there in position number 4 and looking for more. Timmy up a couple spots early in this race as Tim the two-man Taylor finds himself there in position number 4 and looking for more out there on the racetrack as Troy Pittman slides back to 5th. Matt Taylor there in 6th as Caden Pickard, Bryson Witt, and the 84 of Braden Tuttle all right here battling a little deeper in the field for that 7th spot on the speedway. As James Murphy sees that white flag fly one more time down the back straightaway here in heat race number 2 as James Murphy out of quarter number 4 will see the second checkered flag on the evening fly, and he will pick up heat race win number 2. Thomas Levister in that second position will pick up that second and final transfer spot, meaning Dean Reynolds, Tim Taylor, Pittman, Taylor, Tuttle, Pickard, Bryson Witt all going to our consolation races here this afternoon. So we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 about to get underway as Bryce Dickinson cheering on Mr. Taylor, cheering on Mr. Jordan LaFawn as well as Jordan says, or Bryce says, good run Jordan LaFawn there after his win in heat race number 1. Jordan says, man, I needed my V3s. Yes, Sirski, you needed those. As Jordan LaFawn says, Dean Reynolds, I just realized we aren't friends on the book anymore. What the heck did I ever do to you, bud? Oh no, maybe Dean just cleared up his Facebook friends. You never know. As Dude Guy Brian coming in with a like on the stream. Craig Michael Deacon with that like as well. Black Phoenix, my brother, coming in showing the love here as well with that thumbs up here on the broadcast. Dude Guy, Black Phoenix, how are you, fellas? Hopefully you're having yourselves a great day. Bryce Dickinson, Tasha Klingman coming in showing the love with the heart reactions. It's the Southern Racing Association coming in with that share. Nelson Johns, Troy Pittman, Caden Pickard, Jordan LaFawn all coming in with those reactions as well as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Heat race number 3 will line up like this. Starting on the pole in the Premier Racing Setups number 15, it's the Bicknell machine of Mike Brewer. To his outside in the 07, that is Tyler Brickford, and then we see Jackie Whaley in the DWR iRacing iFlag 720 ride there in 3rd. To his outside, his teammate, it's Lon Franks there in 4th. Hunter McDougall there in 5th with the 21 of Jackson Johnstone. To his outside, the 5 of John Dubois, Sean Grimes, and Elena Rogue rounding out the field. As heat race number 3 underway, and quickly Mike Brewer down low, gonna send it in to quarter number 1, and he'll take us down the back straightaway into quarter number 3 is our race leader as Brewer out in front looking to pick up the win here this afternoon. So far a great run and a great drive for that number 15 machine as Brewer looking to continue to pull away. Jackie Whaley up into position number 2. Whaley with a good run now into that second spot as the Premier Racing Setups 15 right at the front of the field. Jackie Whaley there in 2nd. Lon Franks jumping up into 3rd, but looking down low underneath his teammate, trying to steal that second and final transfer spot away from that 720 machine. Tyler Brickford there in 4th is Hunter McDougall, Jackson Johnstone, Elena Rogan, John Dubois bringing up the rear of the field as Sean Grimes has taken the 74 ride down pit side. Tough brink right there for that 74 as Dean Reynolds says, had to get a new one, got hacked. Oh no, Dean, brother, that is a rough one. Well, if you're not following yet on the new account, Dean, make sure you hit that follow button as Mike Brewer makes a mistake. He gets clobbered and goes around. Our race leader running into issues here in quarter number 2. Mike Brewer gonna lose it here as he's going to send it down into quarter number 1. A big run, a big drive, but up on the top shelf, he's just going to lose it. On the throttle, the car shoots down the racetrack right into the side of the Blade Note 720 ride of Jackie Whaley. Whaley gets some damage, the 07 in there as well. A Brinkford, he gets turned almost around there. It will keep that car pointed in the right direction as out in front, Lon Franks will say thank you very much for that one, and he will put that Hoppa Mike Promotions DWR our iRacing iFlag Evo 1 graphics number 10 right to the front of the field with 1 lap left to go. His teammate Jackie Whaley there behind him in position number 2, and it's all DWR here at the front of the field in heat race number 3 on the evening. Is out at quarter number 4. It's Lon Franks picking up the 3rd heat race win of the evening. Jackie Whaley there in that second and final transfer spot, meaning Hunter McDougall, Jackson Johnstone, Tyler Brickford, Elena Rogue, John Dubois, Mike Brewer, and Sean Grimes, and James Miller will all go to our consolation races. Woo, that was a hell of a turbo event. Dean, you would know, is that the Mike Brewer that runs I want to say the Sportsman, maybe the 358s, but I want to say Sportsman's. I'm pretty sure he races with Gavin Ainsley down there at, what you want to call it there. I want to say he runs Brewerton and Fulton, those racetracks, but Can-Am usually on Friday nights is normally where I believe I've seen that 15 ride. Normally he's in the 310, I think, for Mike Brewer, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong there on that one. Dean would know. But we're going to get ready here for our first consolation race of the evening. And it looks like we will take the top 5 to the dance here out of these consolation races. So drivers have to work themselves into the top 5 as Hunter McDougall, Jim Revis starting here on the front row. The PeaceMaker Gaming, Papa Mike Promotions, iRacing, iFlag, DWR ride will start there in that pole position with the EMS number 1 of McDougall to his outside. Tim the Toolman Taylor in the TNT Racing 99 ride will start in 3rd with Dominic Hewitt in the 75 to his outside there in 4th. The 07 of Tyler Brickford will start in position number 5, and to his outside in the 5.6 graphics, 618 engraving and designs with Jules A Speed Shop. Sweet Tea Gang, PeaceMaker Racing Team number 15 of Matt Taylor will start there in 6. Starting in the 7th position, the PeaceMaker Racing Team, Papa Mike Promotion, Sweet Tea Gang, Mama Bear number 67 of Ty Dickinson will start in 7th. He's got that Premier Racing Setups number 15 of Mike Brewer to his outside. And then we see the 14 of Caden Pickard, Michael Farmer in the EMS number 98, in the EMS 74 of Sean Grimes Jr., bringing up the rear of the field. 11 drivers duking it out here for 5 more transfer positions into our A main feature event. As out of quarter number 4, the Nerditudes, number 57 of Jim Revis will see that green flag fly. So the green flag quickly into the air here for our C main consolation race. Revis looking for a big run, trying to lead us down to the quarter number 3, but here comes that EMS number 1 of Hunter McDougall looking down low, but a good drive off there for Jim Revis, but the slide job, better the 1 run. McDougall looking for the race lead down through quarter 1 and 2. They go door to door back into quarter number 3 as Tim Taylor sends it in there, team some contact, then washes up the racetrack. Here comes Ty Dickinson in Matt Taylor. Ty Dickinson, Matt Taylor now door to door for that 5th and final transfer spot as we got Dominic Hewitt, Hunter McDougall, Tyler Brickford, and Jim Revis up there in front of them. As the 15 of Mike Brewer back here in position number 7, and he's looking to try to work himself up and through the middle here around the 67, and that 15 is now Ty Dickinson going to the middle here as the 15 will work himself around that 67 ride. So move Mike Brewer, who was looking like he was on cruise control, to potentially a 3rd heat race win on the evening, went around all by his lonesome. Now trying to get that Premier Racing Setups right up inside the top 5. So isn't Ty Dickinson, Tim Taylor, Sean Grimes all trying to work themselves into the show here as they start to roll around the outside of Dominic Hewitt. Hewitt slides back now to position number 6 on the speedway as the pair of 15s move up into that 4th and 5th position on the racetrack. Ty Dickinson right there in the 67 ride, trying to get that car rocking and rolling and up inside the top 5 here in this consolation race. It's out in front. Tyler Brickford was able to make the move and get around Jim Revis. Revis slides back here to 2nd as Brickford out in front leads the way. Brickford down across the line will click off another lap here in this C-Main consolation race as Revis, McDougall, Mike Brewer, and Matt Taylor are top 5 here on the racetrack. Taylor holding down that 5th and final transfer position into our A-Main feature event. Dominic Berhewitt, Ty Dickinson, Sean Grimes, Caden Packard, Michael Farmer, Tim Taylor, all on the outside looking in here for this consolation race. As Brickford looking to try to pick up the win here in the C main, the 0-7 down across the line. We'll see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Tyler Brickford as Brickford down the back straight away. A good lead between himself and Jim Revis. He'll take it easy down the bottom side through 3 and out of 4. It is the number 0-7 of Tyler Brickford who picks up the C main win. Jim Revis there in second, Hunter McDougall in third, Mike Brewer and Matt Taylor in that fifth and final transfer position. Our top 5 will go to the show as per Hewitt, Ty Dickinson, Sean Grimes Jr., Caden Pickard, Michael Farmer, Tim Taylor, and Jonathan Borgand. Unfortunately, will load up their rides and join the fans in the stands here for this B main and for our feature event this evening. We'll get them loaded up and ready to go here for our B main consolation race, our second consi, about to get underway here this evening. As Ty says his screen went black. Oh no, that is a tough break right there for Mike Brewer. But hey, he was able to rebound, get that ticket, and put himself into the show here in this one. As Bryce says, hate to see that. Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Let's go, Ty. Come on, Ty, says Mama Bear. Unfortunately, just a little bit farther back right there, but they were close. We did see Jim Revis and Matt Taylor both punch their tickets into the show, but that was definitely a great run there by Matt Taylor and a good run by Ty. It was a good try. Nothing he could do. Got shoved out of the way. It happens. It does happen. Unfortunately, good hard racing out there on the speedway. As we'll get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go here for our second consolation race of the evening. Our second consi about to get underway. These drivers getting ready to rock and roll here in this one. As out in front, leading us to the green flag, it is the Super Dirt Car Series number 79 of Dean Reynolds. To his outside in the 23, that is Jordan Murphy. Then we see the Excel Sim Sports ride. The 21 of Jackson Johnstone there in third. The Pillsbury number 1 of Troy Pittman there in fourth, with Anthony Rosilli and Elena Rogue in that third row. Then we see Aaron Rogu and Braden Tuttle there in 7th and 8th. John Dubois, Bryson Witt, and Joshua McKinney bringing up the rear of the field here in heat race number 2, our consolation race number 2. As we are quickly green flag racing, it is the FTM Dirt Vision Super Dirt Car Series number 79 rider Dean Reynolds, who jumps out in front, quickly clears Sharon Murphy down into corner number 3. He's going to slide it up high. Here comes Jared Murphy looking down low. Murphy can't quite get there as Troy Pittman going to try to hang on to position number 3. Jackson Johnstone there in 4th as Anthony Rosilli battling door-to-door out at corner number 2 with that 84 rider Braden Tuttle for that 5th and final transfer spot. Almost 3 wide back there behind him is Tuttle, Rogue, and Rogu battling back here for that 6th, 7th, and 8th position, trying to hunt down our top 5 here on the speedway. Joshua McKinney there on the outside looking in as John Dubois. Bryson Witt bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. As Dean Reynolds out in front, looking to try to open up a bit more of a gap between himself and Jared Murphy. Murphy trying to roll that middle groove a little bit here, seeing if he can find that extra little bit of speed, that extra little bit of a run that he may need to try to put himself up and into victory lane here for this consolation race. The closer you can finish inside the top 5, the better starting spot you will have for our feature event. So if you can try to get that top spot here, pick up this B main win, I do believe that will start you in the 7th position here this evening for our A main feature event. So Dean Reynolds trying to start good here this evening and trying to just keep himself out of trouble and keep this 79 ride in a position to work himself into the show. Jared Murphy right there feeling comfortable now in second as he got a car length in between himself and that one ride of Troy Pittman as Pittman stays there in that 3rd spot. The 21 ride of Jackson Johnstone holding on to position number 4 as the Van Senkel Electric 2nd ride of Anthony Rosilli continues to look down low underneath that 21, and Braden Tuttle's right there ready to bounce. If anything happens between that 4th and 5th place driver, Braden Tuttle is right there ready to make some moves, trying to put himself into the show here this evening, as he's right there just a couple car lengths back now of Jackson Johnstone. As Johnstone slides back to position number 5 here. He's on the hot seat. He needs to get a move on to make sure that he can keep that number 84 right back there at bay. As 84 gets some great runs rolling that inside lane. He's going to pull up door to door with that 21 for the 5th and final transfer spot. They're still battling door to door as the white flag has been displayed. Dean Reynolds out in front, but the battle's on here for this 5th spot on the speedway. The final transfer position, a little contact down the back straightaway into corner number 3, out at corner number 4. Who's it gonna be? Down across the line, it's the 21 of Jackson Johnstone in the XL Sim Sports number 21 ride, who will pick up that final transfer spot. As Dean Reynolds with the B main win, Jared Murphy, Troy Pittman, Anthony Rosilli, and Jackson Johnstone will all work themselves into the show, meaning that Braden Tuttle, Joshua McKinney, John Dubois, Bryson Witt, Aaron Rangu, and Elena Rogue, unfortunately, all gonna miss the show here in this one. Top 5 transfer through. Everybody else, unfortunately, goes home early. That is a tough break right there. As Caden Pickard says, Braden Tuttle cheered on Mr. Pickard, or Mr. Tuttle here this evening. Unfortunately, Braden one spot shy of picking up a transfer spot here in this one. A tough break right there as Mama Bear says, let's go, Dean Reynolds. Ty says, Dean is my hero. I think Dean is all of our heroes here in this one, Ty. As we're going to get a quick warm-up session. These drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack. They're going to get ready to rock and roll. As Benjamin Crook says, sure hate I missed the last race. Benjamin, that is a tough break, brother. Tough break, but I'm sure we'll get something else going. I'm sure we'll get you in here and into the fun here again in one of these other races or one of these other series, as we do have another series starting next Thursday. And if anyone is interested in jumping in and getting into this next series with the Velocity Racing League Super Late Models next Thursday, 7 race series, I do believe 7 or 8 race series is going to get underway. Super Late Models here on PeaceMaker Gaming next Thursday. I'll throw that Discord up into the comments section if anybody wants to get in and join the fight here next Thursday here on PeaceMaker. Barry Wallace says, good like Mike Brewer. Yeah, Mike Brewer having a good run there. Now, I did ask Dean Reynolds. I wasn't sure if he was still watching the stream or not. Is that the same Mike Brewer that runs Can-Am and Fulton and everything else in the Sportsman series or 358 series? I'm not sure what Mike's running now, but I'm pretty sure Mike is a in real-life racer, part of that, DIRTcar family up here in the Northeast. And, I see him a lot racing with, Gavin Isley, a lot of the other great drivers that are a part of the PeaceMaker family, part of the PeaceMaker crew here as well. So just want to make sure, see if that's the right Mike Brewer out there on the speedway. Is out in front here. These drivers kind of working this racetrack in, getting ready to rock and roll. We're going to get a quick drink in, and we're going to get ready for our A-Main feature event. Our A-Main about to get underway here in just a few more moments as these drivers are ready to go to battle. They're ready to duke it out here in this one. Hit the wrong button there. We're not cranking it up. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 50 laps on the docket here in this one. 50 laps of racing action here this evening for the Southern Racing Association 358 Modified Series finale here this afternoon as these drivers get loaded into the sim, each and every single one of them looking for the win here this evening. See if this overlay is actually going to work for us or not. We're hoping that it is. Hopefully it is. Not sure if it will or not. Let's double check, see if we can kind of get our little refresh going on it. Don't think that overlay is going to show driver's name, so we're going to have to use the other one. That's an unfortunate break. They'll be using that top taker, not the tower taker. Nonetheless, we'll get ready to rock and roll as Barry says Mike's brother Matt races Crate Sportsman at Thunder Mountain Speedway in New York. Okay. I wasn't sure if Mike Brewer did or not. Maybe I'm thinking Mike Fowler, maybe. That's maybe who I'm thinking of. As out in front, who's going to lead us to the green flag here in our A main feature event? It's the 144, the House of Speed Heartland Harley-Davidson Pump and Mike Promotions ride of Jordan LaFawn. To his outside, that is James Murphy. Then we see the 10 ride, Alon Franks there in third. Calvin Crawley to his outside. The 22 of Thomas Levister, Jackie Whaley there in row 3. Then we see the 07 of Tyler Brickford, Dean Reynolds there in 8th. Jared Murphy, Jim Revis, Troy Pittman, Hunter McDougall, Anthony Rosilli, Mike Brewer, Jackson Johnstone, and Matt Taylor bringing up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation as we are quickly green flag racing here at the beautiful dirt track at Charlotte. Out in front, it's Jordan LaFawn who's going to lead us down to the corner number 4, and he will lead lap number 1 here in this feature event. LaFawn out in front. Franks now up into second. Here comes that 07. Tyler Brickford working himself to the front of the field. Brickford down low, picking up some ground early on in this race as the 10 ride. Alon Franks slides back now to position number 3 as James Murphy went for the slide jump, got around that 10 ride, but here comes Brickford. Brickford has been absolutely hooked up here. Since that B main, he has found something, in that 07 ride continues to march his way towards the front of the field. Jordan LaFawn, James Murphy, Lon Franks, all these drivers in the front of the field, they're going to have their work cut out for him as Tyler Brickford already up 4 spots on the speedway and now into position number 3. Here comes Dean Reynolds as well. Reynolds pushes up the racetrack though, the 79 ride. That super dirt car ride slides back into position number 7 here on the speedway. Here comes Jackie Whaley working down to his inside. Is the 21 of Calvin Crowley trying to hang on to position number 5 on the speedway, but the 22 of Thomas Levister is going to jump up and take it away from him here. Here comes Whaley. Here comes the 23 of Jared Murphy and Anthony Rosilli rounding out our top 10 here on the speedway. Jim Revis back there at 11th. It's Hunter McDougall there in 12th. Mike Brewer back in that 13th position as the Premier Racing 715 ride rolling there in that 13th position as Jackson Johnstone, Matt Taylor, and Troy Pittman chasing everybody down as Pittman, unfortunately, at the rear of the field, currently scored in that 16th position. As Jordan LaFawn continues to lead the way. LaFawn out in front. James Murphy there in position number 2. Lon Franks back up into third here as the 07 of Brickford slides back to position number 4. As Jordan LaFawn up on the top shelf. The 65 ride of James Murphy down low. They go door to door for the race lead. Down across the line, it's Jordan LaFawn just barely staying out in front. This 65 ride of James Murphy, he's found something down the bottom side here in 3 and 4, but that time he slides up the racetrack, pushes the 144 almost into the outside fence, and we get a new race leader here in this one. The 65 of James Murphy now to the front of the field. So Murphy gonna try to clear that 144. LaFawn gonna close right into his back bumper, and the 65 ride of James Murphy out in front, but LaFawn is not done yet. He's looking to storm back, trying to figure out a way to get back around the 65 right as Lon Franks right there in position number 3, and Tyler Brickford back into position number 4 and looking for more. A little bit of a gap back now to our 5th place driver, Calvin Crowley, as Crowley works himself into that 5th position once again, back around Thomas Levister. Levister now has that 7 rider Rosilli and the 79 of Dean Reynolds working down to his inside. As Reynolds looking for a run through the middle, unfortunately could not get the drive off that he was hoping for. The 22 will stay there in position number 6. Reynolds there in 7th as here comes Jared Murphy working down low underneath of Anthony Rosilli. Rosilli moved up pretty quickly in this race. The 7 ride jumped into that 8th position and up 6 spots early in this race. We'll have to wait and see if he can hang on to it or if he can continue his march to the front of the field. As Murphy working down low on Jackie Whaley right there ready to pounce in. Here comes Mike Brewer trying to work himself inside the top 10 on the speedway as Jim Revis back there in position number 12. Hunter McDougall there in 13th. And we see Jackson Johnstone, Matt Taylor, Troy Pittman, some of these drivers that may be playing a little bit more of a strategy here in this feature event. if these drivers can kind of take it easy throughout the first 20, 30 laps of this feature event, maybe see a caution flag, but keep the tires underneath of them. Maybe try to save a little bit of tire for later in this race. Drivers that are racing hard up towards the front of the field, maybe burning their equipment up, maybe using up their tires and using up their equipment here early in this race, where later on it may come back and bite them. 50 laps around this big bad track at Charlotte Motor Speedway. You never know through this slick stuff how much tire you're really burning up, how much you're using out there on the speedway, and if you use too much too early, you could be a sitting duck late in this race. So a little bit of strategy has to go into the game plan here this afternoon for all of these competitors. But right now, James Murphy, he's got one game plan. That's get to the front of the field, open up a gap, and pull away and put himself into victory lane here this afternoon. LaFon there in second here after giving up that race lead, slides back to that second spot. He's almost a second and a half back of our race leader, as we're going to see our first caution flag of the evening. Our first yellow flag of the day is going to fly. We'll take a look back and see what happened. As it looked like Jackie Whaley may have gotten a piece of this one. We'll take a look and see if this happens in front of him or if he's a part of it. Oh, looks like Jim Ravis, his teammate, going to take him out. Oh, man, they all just slide into that one. Heavy contact there for Jackson Johnstone, Hunter McDougall, Jim Ravis, Matt Taylor, all getting some pretty heavy contact there into that one. Let's take a look at it here. As it just looks like little contact there between Jim Ravis and Jackie Whaley, the pair of DWR iRacing iFlag Papa Mike Promotions rides, unfortunately getting tangled together. They're both going to go around and watch this one ride. The 21 and the 15 just all slide into it, man. Heavy damage, heavy contact for all 5 drivers. And look at that Hunter McDougall ride right up on top of the outside safer barrier here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Let's see if we can take another look at it here. As some pretty good hits, some pretty tough licks there for a lot of these drivers, and it kind of just starts with teammates battling here on the racetrack, and Jim Ravis just getting in there a little bit too far, a little bit too deep, and making this contact right there with the front nose on Jackie Whaley, and just gets them all strung around and nowhere to go for a lot of these contenders, man. A lot of tore up race cars right there, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to green flag racing. As out in front, the 65 of James Murphy continuing to lead the way. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers back loose. The green flag about to come back out here is 20 laps down, 30 more laps left to go here this afternoon. And James Murphy with a big restart. He's trying to bring Tyler Brinkford right there with him. Brinkford down low looking for a big run underneath the 141 of Jordan LaFon for position number 2. But the beating and banging has not stopped. Is there 2, 3, 4 wide, deeper in the field. Look at these drivers putting on a show for us here this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cheer these drivers on as they're giving us one heck of a race here on this beautiful Thursday evening. Some great racing, some great battling all throughout the field. You see these drivers trying to run multiple different lanes out there on the speedway, trying to work themselves to the front of the field, and some of them starting to make their way up towards the front. You see Matt Taylor, you see that one right of Pittman, both trying to work themselves inside the top 10 now. Mike Brewer down low, looking to try to jump inside the top 5 as Long Frank trying to keep that 10 ride in the 10th position. As out in front, James Murphy, Jordan LaFon, Tyler Brinkford, and the 21 of Calvin Crowley starting to open up a bit of a gap between themselves and our 5th place contender, Lon Franks. Dean Reynolds there in position number 6, trying to work himself to the outside of that 10 ride. He's going to get the open door that he was looking for, and it's going to get closed though, down through 1 and 2, and here comes Brewer. Mike Brewer down low, he's looking to make some moves, looking to try to work himself inside the top 5 here on the speedway. Some great racing action. These drivers putting on one heck of a show for us in this one, as we have hit just over, well, right here, halfway in, halfway to go here in this feature event, and we're going to jump into a quick PeaceMaker Gaming crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer your favorite drivers on as we crank it up here this afternoon. caution flag on the racetrack. That will bring it close to our crank it up here in this one. You see that one right. Hunter McDougall turned around there in corner number 4. That will bring our caution flag out here again this evening. So another caution flag out there on the racetrack here in our 350 modified, small block modified series here this afternoon with the beautiful Southern Racing Association here as James Murphy continuing to lead the way. We'll take a look and see what happened here to Hunter McDougall. McDougall rolling in position a little deeper in the field here. He's back at about that 14th spot, and unfortunately some contact, and he is going to go around here. Actually, he may have went around just by himself. Let's take a look here and see what happens to that EMS machine. Still with some damage after that first wreck on the evening. Up on the high side, down through 3 and 4, and yeah, that rear end is going to kick out, go around on him there, and that was right in front of our race leader. So the caution flag coming out quickly as he gets stopped there on the bottom side of the racetrack. The yellow flag is going to be displayed here for the second time in this feature event. So we will get them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Is out in front. James Murphy continuing to lead the way. Jordan LaFawn there in second. Calvin Crowley there in third as Tyler Breakford still hanging on to position number 4, doing a great job here this afternoon. Lon Franks there in 5th with Mike Brewer to his outside in that 6th position. Jared Murphy in 7th in the Super DIRTcar Dirt Vision 79 ride of Dean Reynolds in position number 8. Anthony Rosilli and Troy Pittman round out our top 10 as Matt Taylor and Thomas Levister there in row number 6. Jackie Whaley, Jim Ramis, Jackson Johnstone, and the number 1 rider Hunter McDougall bringing up the rear of the field. As we quickly go back to green flag racing, the 65 rider James Murphy, another good restart here in that 65 machine. By here comes Calvin Crowley. Crowley looking for the race lead down low. Unfortunately, could not get the drive out of corner number 4 that he was looking for. Now a little contact there to his back bumper as Lon Franks all over him here. And here comes Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn looking for a run, trying to see if he can find a way to the front of the field here in this one. If he can try to work himself back and around the number 65 here this evening is a couple slide jumps, a couple big moves. Lon Franks trying to pick up position number 3 from that 21 of Calvin Crowley here in our main feature event. Here comes Dean Reynolds. Reynolds up into the fence there. Unfortunately got pinched up high. It's going to happen to him again. Reynolds not going to be a happy camper as the 07 came up and unfortunately took that lane away from him and put that 79 right up into the outside fence at the start-finish line. And the 23 with the big slide job, and that'll open up the door for once again the 23 at Jared Murphy and Mike Brewer to get around Dean Reynolds here this evening. Reynolds slides back again to that 8th position after picking up a couple spots there on the restart, giving them right back after the contact. As James Murphy continuing to lead the way. Jordan LaFawn, though, sticking right there with him. Calvin Crowley right there as well, ready to pounce in that ABC Supply Company number 21 ride. As Crowley rolls there in the 3rd spot. Lon Franks, Tyler Breakford, our top 5 out there on the racetrack is Mike Brewer there in position number 6 on the speedway. Some great racing action here throughout this feature event. These drivers have been putting on one heck of a show for us, one heck of a battle out there on the speedway, each and every one of them trying to get everything they can here this afternoon, trying to put themselves up and into victory lane. Only one driver can find their way into the Charlotte Motor Speedway victory lane, though, and right now it looks to be the 65 rides race to give away as James Murphy out in front, going to click off another lap, that time by the start-finish line. And we get closer and closer to that checkered flag as only 5 more laps left to go, this time by the start-finish line. So 5 more laps here for James Murphy to get it done here this evening. Can Jordan LaFawn, Calvin Crowley find a way to get around him here this afternoon? Lon Franks there in 4th. Tyler Brickford trying to hang on to position number 5 as Mike Brewer trying to work down low here, trying to get this 15 right up inside the top 5. Brickford, though, trying to hang on to it as here comes Jared Murphy Dean Reynolds, Troy Pittman, and Matt Taylor now up inside our top 10 here on the Speedway. Anthony Rosselli there in position number 11 with Thomas Levister, Jackie Whaley, Jim Revis, Hunter McDougall in the 21 ride of Jackson Johnstone, bringing up the rear of the field. Is Johnstone in the one going to have some fun here a little deeper in the pack? Unfortunately for the 21, he does find himself at least a lap down out there on the racetrack. As here comes LaFawn down low looking for the race lead. Couldn't quite get the run that he was hoping for there through 3 and 4. As they'll hang back down into quarter 1 and 2. LaFawn trying to mount another challenge with only 2 more laps left to go. Does LaFawn have anything left in the tank? Is down at a quarter number 4. We will see that white flag fly one more time around here in the Southern Racing Association 350 Modified Series here this season. Is down to the bottom side, blocking the slide job lane. The 141 of LaFawn looking for a big run at that quarter number 4, but he will get there as it is James Murphy picking up another checker flag here with the SRA crew. James Murphy getting the win. Jordan LaFawn going to come home in second, and Kelvin Crowley going to come home there in third. Franks Brinkford, our top 5 with Mike Brewer, Jared Murphy, Dean Reynolds, Troy Pittman, and Matt Taylor rounding out our top 10 here in this main feature event. A great run, a valiant effort right there by the Tunnel Visions, by Hackney, Papa Mike Promotions, NLR, Heartland, Harley Davidson, House of Speed, number 144 of Jordan LaFawn as he comes home in second. Calvin Crowley right there as well in position number 3, but it was all James Murphy as Murphy picks up the win and will pull himself up and in to the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the dirt track at Charlotte Victory Lane here this evening. And we'll get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth for their post-race interviews. Post-race interviews coming up next as Mama Bear says, come on, Jordan LaFawn, cheering on that number 144 ride. Unfortunately, just could not get there. He came oh so close to getting it done here in this one, just couldn't quite get it. As Brewer Sim Sports says, Thunder Mountain Track Champion. Let's go, let's go. Thunder Mountain Track Champion. So that's for Matt out there, Matt Brewer. I was thinking earlier, Mike Brewer, I don't know, I was thinking he ran Can-Am and stuff. I know the name, but I was thinking maybe more of Mike Fowler in the 410 ride from Can-Am. I think that's who I was kind of thinking of. But yeah, the Brewer Sim Sports, that Brewer ride having a great run, and he was actually the hard charger here in this feature event. Brewer going from about the 14th starting position, 13th starting position, up into 6th there. So a great run for Mike Brewer here this afternoon in that 15 ride. It's the Premier Racing Setups machine coming home with a solid run, a solid drive right there, but no one better than this 65 ride. As this 65 machine coming home with the win here this afternoon, it was James Murphy getting the dub here in this one. Let's get him up here into the broadcast booth. See if they're even in the broadcast booth. We do see in here. We do see Calvin Crowley in here, but no one else as of yet. As negative, have Matt Brewer races, Mike turns wrenches. Okay, perfect. Good to know. I recognize the name. I'm from Ontario, so I mean I see a lot of the Sportsman modifying, 358 modifying racing up here in Ontario. With Cornwall, Brockville, stuff like that. A little bit of Brighton Speedway and everything else, but the name definitely sounded familiar here as we're going to get ready for our top 3 to jump up into the broadcast booth. Now, I'm not sure if Jordan LaFawn has the Discord or not. So, Jordan, if you are listening here, it says SRA, man, I don't have the Discord, I don't think, SRA. I showed him the top was there a lap too soon. Oh, no, brother. That's the worst right there. That's the worst right there, brother. Let me get you their Discord. You could probably just hop into mine, but I'll throw you their Discord. You can jump into the waiting room there as well. So you can hop in there as we're waiting for our race winner, James Murphy, to hop in here. Now, we didn't get James in for the mini stock interview either, so we'll have to wait and see these drivers hop in here or not. We can get our third place finisher in, though, so let's see if we can pull in Calvin Crowley, who comes home in position number 3. Let's pull him into the broadcast booth first here this afternoon in that 21 ride. Hey, Calvin, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy? Checking. I don't know why this doesn't work. Hey, Calvin, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
What's up, man?
Not much, Calvin, man. A great run and a great try for you here in this one as you're able to get that 21 right back up and into position number 3 here this evening. But it didn't come without some hard work out there on the racetrack, man. A lot of baiting and banging, a lot of elbows up racing out there as he had to duke it out with, Mike Brewer, Tyler Brinkford, Lon Frank, Short LaFon for a lot of laps here this afternoon. But as the dust settles, you're able to use a couple of those late race restarts to your advantage. I'm able to get a couple good jumps and get that 21 ride back up here inside the top 3 this afternoon, man. Take us back through this race, and how does it feel to be able to come home in that 3rd spot here this evening?
Oh man, first of all, I just gotta say these guys are great at racing and all they do, trying to keep it clean. And yeah, I kind of fell back trying to save tires. I didn't really know what to do. I've never ran these here. I'm new to 358 mods, so yeah, I'm just learning with this league and trying to run with these guys the best I can and do my best. And yeah, I fell back, and then I had to I had to try and get some cautions, man. But it was only what, three or four. Uh, yeah, so I had to get to the top, and it's kind of hard to throw sliders because you lose a lot of momentum with these cars. I've figured that out a lot in this league. And yeah, it was hard for me. I'm exhausted.
Absolutely, man. Definitely a lot of hard work, a lot of elbows up racing out there on the speedway. And as you said, these slide jobs, they're not as easy to pull off. And especially when you start exchanging the crossovers and everything else, having to try to hit all the different marks in different lanes and everything here on the speedway, it kills a lot of momentum. It really slows you down. And if you start getting into that side-by-side battling, it seems like the cars in front of you can start to pull away ever so slightly here. So it kind of hurts you a little bit more than it helps you, but you gotta really, get your timing right with it. You gotta have that big run, the ability to go out of a corner, get to the inside of somebody, and send it in there deep to be able to clear him by that, 3, 4, 5 car lengths to be able to really clear him and keep him back there behind you without that crossover, and then just paint it back to you in the next set of corners.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I tried my best against these guys, and I hope I put my name out there, kinda, and let them know who I am.
Absolutely, brother. I'm sure they definitely noticed you here this afternoon. It's a great run and a great performance for you. Coming home in that 3rd position, putting yourself up here onto the podium in our season finale here at the Southern Racing Association 358 Modified Series. Calvin, who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance here this evening?
Oh yeah, I definitely want to be here without my mom or dad. Uh, my friends definitely helped me do a lot with this, and grandparents, all my family. Just got to thank all of them.
Absolutely, brother. Well, congratulations on the great run. Congratulations on the great race. And we look forward to seeing you out there for some more racing action and more trips up here into the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth.
Thank you, man.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher here this evening. As our 3rd place driver, Calvin Crowley, going to come home in and put that 21 ride up onto the podium. A great run and a great drive here for him. As we still don't have the 265 rider, James Murphy, in the Discord. We'll get ready and we'll pull in our 2nd place finisher here, Mr. Laboon. Jordan LaFon going to come home in position number 2 here this afternoon. A great run and a great drive, a great performance here for Mr. LaFon. And we'll get him up into the broadcast booth. Hey Jordan, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. Did you get a copy?
Hey, Ron, how are we, brother?
It's good. Not too bad, brother. I mean, not as good as probably what you're feeling right now, man, after a heck of a run, heck of a drive like you did here this evening. Obviously, picking up that first heat race win here this evening, starting on the pole here for that feature event. You were able to lead some laps early on in this race. James Murphy was able to jump up and take it away from you, and you just were never able to find the run that you needed or the line that you needed there quick enough to be able to take that race lead back away from the 65 here this evening, man. Take us back through this race, and how does it feel to be back in here and back into the competitiveness and winningness that we normally see and expect out of that 144 machine?
Man, uh, Aaron, I hate to blame it on my gear, but a couple months back, dude, I had some car troubles. I sold all my Fanatec stuff, and well, tonight, this race actually is the first race back on all my Fanatec stuff, and uh, I don't want to say the Logitech stuff isn't it, but dude, I don't know. I haven't raced that well, dude, in like 2 months, and I'm a firm believer it was on the pedals and the wheel. I don't think the driver had anything to do with it.
I don't know, brother. I think it was. I think it was because of me up here in the broadcast booth. You know, you're back into the PeaceMaker streams, and you're right
Man,
back at the front of the field, man. A
that,
great run and a solid drive here for you, though. Nonetheless, on the evening, you got to be pretty happy, not only with how the pedals and new steering wheel and everything felt, but also how you felt here all evening long, being able
that,
to race and compete with all these other drivers out there on the speed.
yeah, it was fun. Like I said, Fanatec shit blows my mind, dude. It's awesome. But congrats to James, dude. I think I led like the first 8 laps, and he got around me, and I was actually in Discord sharing my screen with one of my buddies that I work with, dude. He was actually thinking about getting a sim and da 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 da. And lo and behold, I was like, man, jump in Discord. I'll share my screen. I'll give you kind of like a point of view of what it is and what it's about. And he sat there and he watched the whole 50 lap race with me. And I was just sitting there kind of talking with him. I'm like, dude, this guy drove around me. He put like, I looked down, I think it said 1.2 seconds at one point in time. I'm like, man, I don't know if I got anything for this guy. Caution came out, dude, and they're late. I ripped the top a lap and a half too early, dude. I was talking to my buddy Aiden in Discord, and I was telling him, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna blow the wall down here in 1 and 2. And I just did it a lap too early. I really do firmly believe I had a car to win, but I'll take P2, man. I had fun. My first race back on the Fanatec stuff. It felt great. Uh, Thank you, Peace, for broadcasting this race. I know Grandma Pete, she gets a kick out of it. She loves hanging out with you in the chat. I don't know if she was in there tonight, but she'll click on it tomorrow and she'll go back and she'll rewatch it. So thanks to you. Thanks to Carden for the league. I know I didn't race very much this season. I did hear that he said within the next couple of weeks, the next season will be starting. So I'm looking forward to that. All the guys over at House of Speed, Papa Mike's Promotions, NLR, GY6RN, Big Bacon Media Gaming, Lawn Crafters Lawn Care, Keith Hackney over at Tunnel Vision. You guys need a wrap, get a hold of him. One of the best in the business. So thank you for hanging out, Aaron, broadcasting this race, and hopefully I get to talk to you here in the future.
Absolutely, brother. We look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack, back into your winning ways here, and more glorious races like here this evening, and more great runs out of that 144 machine. Jordan, it's always good to talk to you up here in the booth, and happy to see you back in here, back into your almost winningest ways, but hopefully some more and more great runs for you, brother, in the future, and more trips up here into the booth with me.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you. And I got one more shout out. Thank you, Mama Bear. I seen her hanging out down there in the chat. I can't leave Mama Bear out of there. So, again, thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Carden, and hopefully I see you guys in the future.
Absolutely, brother. We look forward to it. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and congratulations again on the second place run.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Jordan LaFawn. LaFawn coming home here in position number 2. A great run and a great drive there for that 144 machine. As Mama Bear says, awesome job, Aaron. You are the best. I appreciate that. Mama Bear coming in, showing the love here in this one. As Uncle Bot also coming in, showing the love with the like on the stream. How are you, Uncle Bot? Matt Taylor with that heart reaction as well on the broadcast earlier. As ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, it's not too late. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button. Even if you're rewatching the broadcast and you're at this point, make sure you guys do that. Hit that like button, hit that follow or subscribe button, and make sure you hit that gosh heckin' bell notification. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Small Bear also saying thank you to Jordan for the wonderful shout out right there. It's always good to have Jordan up here into the booth. It's always good to have all these drivers up here into the booth. And we were hoping to maybe pull in the race control, our owner here of the Southern Racing Association, Mr. Carden Cochran. Unfortunately, Carden, I don't see him in the Discord or anything, so we're not going to be able to pull him in. But a huge shout out to him in the entire series, obviously having me in here up in the broadcast booth, being able to put on these great shows and be able to give you guys some wonderful racing action here on PeaceMaker Gaming. And obviously all these drivers, man, each and every one of them showing up, showing out week after week after week, put on some great racing for all of us to enjoy, have some fun, enjoy the evenings here, and watch them all battle out there, whether they're our favorite drivers
I'm here, by the
or
way.
some of our competitors. As here he is, Carden, my boy. We were just saying a huge thank you there to you and the whole league, man, not only for showing up week after week, but for having me up here in the broadcast booth, man. We appreciate everything that you do, and being able to put on these amazing shows, and we appreciate all these drivers showing up and showing out every single week.
Yeah, thank you for coming out and broadcasting for us, and I want to thank all of our drivers for coming out and hanging out with us this season. Hopefully, we'll get the winter season started up here in December. And thinking about doing either super late models or pro late models. We're gonna find out. But yeah, I just want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting the league and our anonymous donor for all the payouts for this season for the small block modifieds, and yeah, everybody watching at home.
Absolutely, brother. It's amazing seeing all these drivers out here competing week after week after week, and seeing the amount of talent and all these amazing shows on display here in full force through the few weeks that we were able to do both series. And hopefully, and when the next season gets kicked underway, hopefully we'll have that open slot. Hopefully we can get you in and get some more of these great races in. I don't know when exactly you'll get that started up. I'm sure we'll be in talks and try to figure something out and get you guys back in here for another season and some more great racing here on PeaceMaker Gaming.
Oh yeah, we're looking at about maybe a start of the December start date, first Thursday in December possibly. We're gonna try and shoot for that, but look out for the SRA Discord and SRA Facebook page for all the updates and information on what's going on and what we got going on for the rest of the year.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I appreciate you guys having me in here as the broadcaster, and man, some great racing, some great driving out there, man, and we can't thank you guys enough again for tuning in and showing up and showing out week after week. And Gordon, I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and hopefully you had a wonderful season here for your your, I don't know what season this is you're on now, but I know you've been doing it for a little while, so hopefully it was bigger or
2019, so
yes,
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Yeah, it's been a minute. So hopefully this one was the best out of all of them so far, and hopefully they're only going to get bigger and bigger for you, and more drivers in here to show the love and put on these shows for all the fans of the stand.
Oh yeah, that's all we try to do. Try to make the best racing we can on iRacing and make sure everybody has a nice place to race.
Absolutely, brother. Well, Carden, enjoy the rest of your evening, and thanks for hopping in here quickly. As just wanted to make sure that everyone was able to hear you and be able to thank you there, either in the chat or hear you talk and thanking them for being one of the drivers here in the series, man. I know you don't have any major sponsors except for yourself and our anonymous donator, but a huge thank you to obviously again yourself and the donator here, and being able to put these shows on, give these drivers a little extra cash in their back pocket for these great races and all these great drivers showing up.
Oh yeah, thank you for coming out.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and we hope to work with you again here in another month or so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there. The man with the plan, the master man, Carden Conquerin coming in, showing the love there in that one, man. Another great race, another great season there for the Southern Racing Association drivers, man. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for us here this evening. Some great racing, some great battling all evening long as Brewer Sim Sports says, LaFawn, you're my hero. I think LaFawn's all of our heroes, that's for certain. Brewer Sim Sports says, good race. That was a great race, good runs there for a lot of these drivers. A little bit of beating and banging out there, but nonetheless, I'm sure they all had a lot of fun and a good time out there in our season finale. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in action tomorrow evening. We got 2 more races on the docket tomorrow evening. 2 more big races coming up as the Friday Night Lights Series, the Dirt Street Sox, back in action tomorrow evening. And then later on tomorrow night, around 9 o'clock Eastern Time, we go back to battle in the NASCAR Cup Cars with the always amazing MNT Cup Series. So make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, turn those bell notifications on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on PeaceMaker Gaming. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for showing up, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusting metal horsepower, pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler, wild boys, laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust, life on edge, unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, ever burn, fortune's late. South's heartbeat in a dirt track to play. Speed 'em up, loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Speeding mud loose, steering tight. Beneath the stars, we own the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Fuel the fight. Nights alive, ain't no sleeping. Tires spinning, dirt flies, hearts are racing. Southern pride, grit and sweat, keep on chasing. Track lights blur, dirt clouds, moons just a creeping. Rusted metal horsepower pushing harder. Small town dreams, broke dreams don't falter. Oil and gas light the way, ain't no charter. Crowds holler wild, boys laps get shorter. Speed 'em up, steering tight. Beneath the stars, wait on the night. Chasing glory, trophy lights. Adrenaline's gas, fuel to fight. Fuel to fight. Broken bones, mended hearts racing faster. Mud-soaked heroes dash through disaster. Songs of engines drown out the laughter. Dreams on wheels push past the pasture. Track and dust left on edge unafraid. Legends born from risks they made. Every turn, every burn, fortune's laid. Sounds heart beating if dirt tracks played.